There's Gigi. Gigi in the house. Oh yeah, Gigi in the house. Yeah, I Gigi, and I got some gossip for you. Ooh, it's juicy. Y'all know what I mean by juicy. It's gossip. Yep. Now the difference between gossip and gossip is the gossip is the truth. Gigi only tell you about true stuff that really happened. Yeah, I tell. But anyway, this is what I want to say. This is what I want to say. I was around this young man's. You know how you see young men's and he with his girl. And so I looked at him. You know, sometimes you can see some things in people that other people can't see. And I was looking at him, and then I was thinking, something that ain't right. It ain't feeling right about this dude. And she was all up on him, and he was just. I thought, now why? Did what I'm thinking. Why would you, a young lady, all out in the public around everybody, all over somebody, and he just sitting there letting you do it? He ain't saying a word because you the one making yourself look bad. He ain't looking bad because he just sitting there. And they like, what is she? And they ain't gonna say nothing about him. Instead of him saying, baby, you need to calm down. He just let you do it. And everybody be looking at you and be like, what's wrong with her? She a fast. They never blame the men, ladies. You need to learn that. You got to understand. They don't blame the men. They blame you. Because you the one. Baby, oh, baby. And hugging all over him, trying to get him to hug you, and he ain't doing nothing. And then, a lot of times, and I think this happened quite a few times, the families don't like them. Been there, done that. The family, no. I ain't been, look, no, I don't mean they ain't like me. I ain't been nowhere with nobody didn't like me because Gigi's lovable. But I ain't never rubbed all over me and out in public either. I ain't got time for that. But anyway, because sometimes you need to just go to a hotel, motel, just go and get to bed. Stop doing all that. Everybody already know what's up. But anyway, sometimes families don't like these girls. And so they'll say stuff, trying to get his attention and say, now, son, or a nephew, cuz, that ain't the right girl for you. And he be like, well, I like her. But what does he like? Does he like her? Like her? Or he just like her? Y'all know what I mean. It ain't all about this head, it's about the other head, okay? It ain't about the big man, it's about the little one. And so, he think he like her. And family be like, oh, what in the world is this? What he done got himself into? This ain't no good at all. But sometimes it's not that she no good, it's just that she's looking for that attention, that affection. And she's not trying to be disrespectful. She don't realize that she's making herself look disrespectful. And so sometimes these young men just need to speak up. Now, honey, you don't have to do all that. I like you. I want my family to like you. And I want you to be a respectable woman. Duh. If she ain't respectable, what you with her for anyway? Duh. Same ways with the women's. I had a friend whose family told her she wasn't good enough. And sometimes they tell you that. I done seen it happen too many times. Yes, more than once. I done seen these young girls and nice young ladies. Nothing wrong with them. But if you don't meet up to the family's expectations, then you're not right for their son, huh? I had a good friend. Yeah, I had a good friend who married a man, and he mommy didn't think that she was good enough for him because he was up there with prestigiousness. He was high society, But she came from a good family, yes. She came from a hard-working family. She had a mother and she had a father. And they took good care of her and her siblings. And they were respected people in the community. But they just didn't have that money like the other man's family did. So she wasn't good enough. I don't get that. I don't get why you're not good enough because you don't have the money that everybody else have. But you got the prestige. You got your family's a good family. Your family's, I mean, they're not nobody that's trashy. But because they don't have that money and not up there, then they're not good enough. And that's not something that just started happening. Y'all know that's been going on for the ages. You ever watched them little pictures like Marilyn and have you watched the latest episodes about Marilyn and how Guinevere and the king's son loved each other, but the king's son said she wasn't good enough because she was a lowly servant. But he loved her. But he said it ain't about love, You got to get somebody that's got that, that notoriety, that princess that's going to be a queen. And somebody that came from a servant can't be a queen. I beg the difference, because, honey, child, just because you ain't got no money don't mean you ain't no queen. Because, honey, we all think we queens. So I don't understand that thing about how I'm better than you. Because guess what? You got the same blood that run through your vein, which is red blood. Everybody has red blood. And that blood runs through your veins just like it runs through mine. You were created just like I was created. Because can't nobody come on this earth unless they birth, right? Unless you got one of them incubator things they're doing now. Basically, you got to be birthed. Either way, it got to be birthed. And guess what? You were all created by the same maker. So, if you don't believe in God, then shame on you, because I do. That's just me. Because he said we was created from the dirt, and the dirt we will return, because our bodies turn back to dust. So, you cannot tell me that I ain't good enough, because I am good enough. But you know what the crazy part is? You can come from a poor family and make it big, and all of a sudden you good enough. That don't make no sense. Oh yes, you good enough. You rose to the tops. We'd like to know how you did it. You good enough all of a sudden. But honey, you don't have to make yourself look like a slut with a man that already his family don't think you good enough. Move on from that. Move on and get you somebody that loves you the way you are. I know we all different. We got women that is loud. We got women that are sweet. We got women that got temper tantrums. We got all kinds of people, and we got men that do the same thing as quiet as it's kept. So we got all varieties of uses, okay? So it's not too late to move to the next level in your life, because you don't have to be treated like you ain't nothing by somebody else and somebody's family. And I've seen people that marry into that mess, and then they suffer behind it because that man's family don't think you good enough to be in the family. And what bewilders me more than anything, that everybody in their family ain't up to par. Everybody got a drunk. Everybody got a drug addict. Everybody, I don't care how rich you is or how poor you is. Everybody got a drug addict. Everybody got an alcoholic. Everybody got a loud papa or a loud uncle or a loud niece or a loud auntie. Everybody got that tipsy person in the family. So it ain't about that. We all got it, whether we rich or whether we poor. Or whether we middle class. We all got that. So, I got me an itch right here. But whatever the reason, There is never a good reason to be put down by somebody's family, or be put down by somebody's boyfriend, or even be put down by somebody's girlfriend. It's not a good reason. I mean, some people say they take out they love him, and he take out he love her, so he can't worry about the family. But this is what happens. It separates the families. Oh, so that's what I learned. That's what I learned. When somebody choose somebody that you think is not who they should be with, shut your mouth. Deal with it, because you didn't choose them. They chose them. And if they chose them and they love them, then you better learn to love them too, or you better fake it. Woo! That's none of your business. That's none of your business. That are them people's business. But this is what one thing I do want to say though. Those I've seen girls who get hurt because the family attacks them because they're not good enough. They not good enough. And they would tell them, you not good enough for my son, or you not good enough for my grandson. He better than you. And he a thug. That's just not good adequacy. You know, that's not good. That's not nice. That you think your thuggish son is better than this girl that's doing something for her there. And they say, he going somewhere. Where he going? To jail? Yeah, he going somewhere. If he don't get his life together, he going to jail. And guess what? They're going to blame you for it. So if you in a situation like that, you better move around, because you will always be the one reason why he in jail. And he can make his own decisions because he a grown man. Grown men make decisions sometimes that ain't good, and it ain't your fault that he in jail. And I seen the episodes about women who are in prison for killing somebody for their mans, to keep him out of prison. So he talks her into doing it, psych her up, and say, you gotta do it because I'm your man. Just so what? I ain't going to prison for you. And guess what? If he do it, it ain't your fault. Don't feel that it's your fault that he did what he did, because he makes his own decisions. He a low life, okay? He a low life. That's simply that he a low life. And you don't have to make excuses for him for stuff that he did, because you didn't tell him to do it. He chose to do it. Yeah. You ain't got to feel that you got to take care of him. Huh? What you gonna do? Hold the gun for him? Or the knife? Or what you gonna do? Run in there and try to take the gun from him? Or no. Because you gonna get hurt. So, the best thing is to leave that kind of scenery alone. Don't be a part of that. Whew. I gotta take a break, y'all. Gotta get my I got another thing too, and I was thinking that you don't have to lower your standards for a man. You don't. And we were talking about girls that do things. They do things for their men because they love them. But girl, you don't have to do nothing stupid. You ain't got to do no stupid stuff for no man. It just stays in my mind where I saw that little girl. And she wasn't but what, maybe 18, 19. Now she in prison for life. I don't even remember her name. They called her Baby Doll or something like that. That's her nickname. But anyway. he girlfriend that he used to go with. Well, she knew some stuff about him, and she turned him in. She turned him in and to the police. As the police picked him up because he committed a murder. I think he committed a murder. But see, didn't nobody did but her. And so that's what she did. She made the mistake of feeling sorry for him in jail. And she wanted to make it up to him. So she went to the prison, to the jailhouse to talk to him and say, you know what, baby, I'm so sorry. I'm the one that told it. And I'm not going to testify. I'm just not going to testify. If they don't have a testimony, they can't do nothing. He said, okay, don't testify, baby. Well, soon as she left her, he called his new girlfriend. Young girl. They say she didn't have it all up here, but he could control her. So he called his new girlfriend, and he told her, you're going to have to get rid of her. Because, we get rid of snitches. You know how they say in the street, you got to get it. If you snitch, you die. So he said she got to go. So he told her, if she love him, see, there go that lie. If you love me, you do this. No. Love ain't got nothing to do with that when there's something wrong. You better stand up and say, I ain't doing that. But to make a long story short, she did what he asked her to do. And then she had her friend come in and help her. And they was trying to stab her. They were just stabbing this girl. And they said that on that little deal that I thought that it took her 2 hours to die. This girl was suffering from all these stab wounds, y'all. And so finally, they couldn't kill her with the knives because the knife was dull. So could you imagine somebody doing that? So they took a rope and tied it around her neck and choked her and strangled her. That's how they finally got her. But that's the part is, how can you do that? I mean, just you doing this because he told you to. He told you had to do it. He told you got to do it for him because if you love him, you would do it. He don't love nobody. He don't love nobody but he tell. Because if he did love you, he wouldn't tell you to do something wrong. If he loved you, he would not say, go out and kill for me. That goes for a woman too. If a woman loves you, she's not going to set you up to go to prison. She's not going to set you up to do something that's going to cause problems for you. And she did what he did do. And now here she is, behind bars, her and her friend, for life. Lost her children too. So, just know this. A man that's destined for destruction ain't got nothing to do with you. Nothing. They already destined, even if they family think it's your fault because they in jail. It's not your fault. He decided to do something stupid, not you. He decided that's what he want to do. So, remember, you are good enough. Maybe they don't think you good enough for him. Well, honey, child, I just be moving right along. Just moving right along. I remember when I was young, and everybody said I wasn't going to be nothing. I think I was 19. I had a baby. That's why they said I wasn't going to be nothing. And sometimes people judge you and don't know nothing about you. Even your family will judge you and don't know what your dreams are, your aspirations, what you thinking, how you going to get up out of this rut that they think you in. So, just because you have a baby don't mean that you got to be down and out. And then when you meet somebody and you got this baby, then they family be like, oh, she got a baby already? You don't need to be with her. I'd heard that before. Have you heard that? And then he got kids. But you ain't good enough because you got a baby. And he got baby too. But it ain't about him. It's about you. He messing with you because you the woman right now and the family like frowning down on you because you got kids. Or a baby. One baby. It don't matter. It don't care if it's 1, 2, 3. It don't matter. Oh, it better not be 5. What? What you doing with that woman with them 5 kids? Oh, they gonna talk about you. Yeah, you sure ain't good enough. They talk about you with one. What he doing with her? She got a baby already. I remember too one time this guy, he told me that he was looking for a good woman. Now this is what he said. I want a good woman, but I don't want her to have no kids. So I looked at him. I said, well, sir, I hear you, but don't you have kids? He looked at me, he said, yeah, what they got to do with it? Well, I think that if you have kids and you expect her to love your kids and you expect her to be a stepmom if you marry her to your kids, but you don't want her to have no kids because you don't want to love her kids, you don't want to be no stepdad to your kids, I think that's one-sided. He looked at me, he said, do you know what he said? I didn't think of it like that. What? Say what? Say what? He said, well, see, as a man, I ain't taking the kids to her. And if I marry a woman like that, that means the kids come with us and I'm there all the time 24/7. But my kids won't be there 24/7. I was like, But somebody gonna be with your kids 24/7 if the mama of your kids got somebody. So you try to tell me the woman that got a kid ain't good enough, but the woman that carry your baby is good enough? That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. He say, I never looked at it like that. I tell me either, not until you said something about what you want. You don't want no woman with kids, but you got kids. That make no sense. Don't make no sense. And then these mamas say, don't you marry no woman with no kid. Don't you do this. Don't be messing with nobody. They got some kids and all that. She tainted. He tainted. He got kids. That's what I never understood. You're not good enough because you done had a baby. You're not good enough because you ain't got no money. You're not good enough because you're not where they think you ought to be. But they don't know what you're going to do in the future, you know. Because that's how they did me. I wasn't good enough because I had a baby. I wasn't going nowhere because I had a baby. I'd never be nothing because I had a baby. That don't make no sense. But see, I went on the cool, got my education with the baby. Okay? If I had to catch a bus, I did. If I had to walk, I did. I did what I had to do. And sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Because people don't know you, but you know you. You know your dreams. You know where you want to go, and you know where you want to be. And no baby should stop you from moving forward. As a matter of fact, that baby makes you move even harder. Oh, I got that baby to take care of. I got to move. I got to do what I got to do so I can get on my feet and take care of this child. So, you good enough. Yes, you are. You are good enough. So don't let nobody tell you that you ain't good enough because you got the baby. Don't let nobody tell you ain't good enough because you ain't where they think you should be in order to be what they done. I remember when I met this guy who I had this baby by. And one of his best friend told him, don't take care of that baby. Don't you claim that baby, because she ain't going to be nothing. That hurt. That hurt. But guess what? I don't know where his friend is, but the guy that helped me get that baby, he ended up being a drug addict. He was a college student at the time. I went back to school, got my education. He ended up on drugs. Now, go figure. While somebody's talking about you and telling you that you ain't nothing, telling you that you ain't gonna be nothing, telling you ain't good enough, and you just stand and even if you have to say it in your mind, I'm gonna be somebody. And not only that, I am somebody. Oh yeah, I am somebody. Oh yeah. Yes, because you are somebody. Now, sometimes you might get depressed. Sometimes you might want to turn around. Sometimes you want to give up. But that's normal. It's okay. But get back up no matter what's going on, no matter what that family think about you, you are going to be what you desire to be. That's what I got to say. Now, just because they think you ain't good enough, that don't mean nothing. You know what? The best part is when you move up in life, and them people that said you wasn't gonna be nothing, they looking at you. Well, I thought she wasn't gonna be nothing, but it turned out she did. As a matter of fact, some of the people that said I wasn't gonna be nothing, these are my own people too. That said, she ain't gonna never be nothing. Done had a baby, and she ain't gonna never make it. Some of them had to apologize. They had to apologize. They came to me and said, I'm so sorry that I said the things I said to you and about you. But you turned out to be a great parent. You pull yourself up out of the gutter. You raised your children, and they respectable people in society. You've done well for yourself. Now, they apologize. But it don't matter, because I knew in here, and I knew in here who I was. And you got to know who you are. You don't have to take that. Yes, you're good enough. Yes, you're wonderful. Yes, you're gracious and beautiful. You are good enough. And don't let nobody tell you different. And you tell them GiGi said it. GiGi said I'm good enough. GiGi said, oh, y'all, I got to go. I'll see y'all next time. Okay? Have a great day. Have a great one. Because, honey, you good enough. Yeah.